Hoi hoi folks, good morning, good afternoon and good evening wherever you are in the world. My name's Sean, aka Uncle Frogface, and welcome to today's video. If you're new here, then welcome. If you're not new, then welcome back. And today we're answering that age-old question: is Jazza a murderer? No, seriously though, what we're doing today is we're going to be using MidJourney AI again to answer an interesting question. So, MidJourney AI, if you haven't already seen my initial review of that, then go and look at it up here. There we go. Go and have a look at that review. Is that the right way? It's one of these corners. There'll be a link. Check out the first video. So, MidJourney is an AI where you type in a prompt, and then it uses your idea to generate a visual representation of that idea, drawing on hundreds of thousands of images and tags and then smashing them together, and it can do styles and images and all sorts. So, I've been playing around with that a bit. They've just had a new version release which has got lots of updates and is looking fantastic, by the way, but I still need to learn how to use some of the commands. But there's another program which I kind of have used a lot in the past and I haven't used for quite a while. I'm just going to bring it up on my phone here. Some of you might know this. Jazza's Arty Games. So yeah, it's not going to zoom in. But essentially, Jazza's Arty Games is an app that generates random prompts. So now I've got an app that generates random prompts and an AI that generates art from prompts. So combining these two together, can we completely dispense with the artist? Are we going to create a completely new digital artist? This has been rattling around in my brain since I first started using MidJourney, and today we're going to answer that question. Let's get straight into it. Okay, here we are. So I've got Jazza's Arty Games on my phone. I'm going to screen record this as well so that you can see the prompts as they come up. So let's start with this. I'm going to go into single game and let's start with a character. Why not? So I'm going to do just design. I'm not too worried about scenario at the moment. I'm just going to click go. So we have a beautiful lady that can't help singing who's wearing a colossal cowboy hat and boots. Okay, that's interesting. Now let's go to MidJourney and input that. Okay, so that's our prompt in. Let's give this a go. Ready? Right, let's see what we've got. Some interesting ones here. One of them's definitely on stage. This first one, I like that. I like this old West style one down here. This is a really nice portrait. We like this as well. That hat feels big. I feel like the hat could be much bigger though. Okay, not a bad start. Let's try that again and we'll do a different prompt this time. Okay, so we have this one. Let's change. A designer that glows with bad teeth. I feel like that is a more simple one. There we go, and I'm not putting any prompts for style or anything on this one. I just want to see what the computer spits out for us. Okay, I can already see some interesting things happening. Wow. Okay, I'm glad I've got this coffee. I feel like I need it. Okay, let's have a look. I mean, these are interesting. These are very interesting. I quite like the two on the right. How bizarre. Really bizarre. Seems like a simple prompt came up with quite a simple idea in the end. I wonder if I put extra things in that aspect ratio and a kind of design prompt, whether anything else would come up, but we can get to that in a little bit. Let's try one more before we move on to environments. Okay, I feel like this is the most involved prompt that we've had so far. A hairy professor that has wings who's wearing a collared shirt. Okay, let's go. Some of these are already terrifying. I particularly love the little hair pom-poms on the professor in the third image. Is that Mothman in number one? What is going on here? Wow. Is that a penguin in number 4? Oh my goodness. Okay, so we've got a weird shirt in the first one with disconnected arms and some kind of Mothman creature on the front. I quite like the creature actually. I might tell you that for something else. Oh, I'm gonna cry. The second one, we've got a beard. We've got wings. We've got, maybe that's a nose there as well. The shirt is much better. This one down here, I mean, is his hair trying to become wings? And why has he got an asymmetrical collar? And then the last one, it looks like an owl or a penguin wearing an amazing t-shirt. Right, I need a minute to collect myself. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so we're back and I've calmed down. But this time we're going to do an environment challenge. This is another option. We have interior or exterior, so I'm going to do both. So a futuristic castle that is flooding and features a motorcycle. Okay. Imagine. Okay, we're ready? Let's go. Okay, let's take a look. So we've got... Oh, interesting. Okay. So I don't see a motorcycle in any of them. But this one down here, we've certainly got some neon happening. This one is very... Well, it reminds me of kind of the futurism style. And I love the shapes on it. Quite like this one up here as well. And this one, I actually quite like all of them. I don't think they fully fit the brief, but they're close, and I like it. Let's try another one. A rainbow city that is in ruins and features a desk. I'm not sure how it's going to do with the features but we will give it a try. I think maybe the way the prompts are formatted on Arty games and the way the prompts are formatted to be input here are slightly different. But I think they could be tweaked, but I may be wrong. Let's see how it goes. Okay, rainbow city that is in ruins and features a desk. Let's see what MidJourney does with this one. Right, so there are definitely some interesting ones here. I mean, all of them feature a rainbow in some way. The styles are very different. This one down here is beautiful. I feel like that could be a poster for a children's book. The one up here, I love this kind of fractal thing that's going on. Same as for number 3. Number 1 is weird and I'm living for it. But again, there's no desk, and I think that is due to the way MidJourney wants prompts to be input. So I'm going to try an experiment. I'm going to do the same prompt. A rainbow city that's in ruins and features a desk, but I'm going to format it in a way that I think MidJourney will like better, and I'm going to do it this way. So we're going to do colon colon rainbow city space colon colon ruins space colon colon space and then desk. Let's see what difference that makes, because we're kind of separating out the keywords of the prompt. So we're kind of getting rid of all the extraneous words. That is in features. Okay, let's give this a try. Okay, let's see how that went. So again, I'm not seeing a desk in any of them, but I think this is a much better representation of a rainbow city in ruins. I like these. I really like these. These are kind of, I can see these as a basis of like a sci-fi city. So yeah, really, really, really interesting. Let's try one more environment prompt, and I want to try an interior. Okay. So, a mobster's hideout that's been infested with bugs and features a tiger. I'm going to try this the same way we did the last one, so just using the important words. Okay, so I've put it in, and you might say I'll put some numbers on this one as well. So From what I understand, if you give a particular part a number, then the highest number takes the most priority. So I've kind of spaced this out. So monsters hideout is the most important thing. So that's 100, 50% bug. Try that again. 50% bug infested and 50% tiger. Let's see how this goes. Okay, interesting. We have come up with an issue, and that is infested. Infested is a banned word. So I'm going to use another word. Okay, so instead of saying infested, I'm going to say a bug nest. So a nest of bugs. Let's see how this goes. Okay, there are no banned words, so it hasn't been revoked. Let's see what it spits out for us. Wow, so not quite what I was expecting. This third one rather, is quite interesting. We've definitely got the nests. There's that little mobster's car in there. And it's an exterior shot, which is interesting. So, in fact, I'm gonna try that again. I'm going to tweak a few things. Okay, so I'm going for whole numbers this time, so kind of between 0 and 9 instead of tens and hundreds of numbers. Let's see how this goes. So I've also added the word interior as well, so hopefully give us an interior shot. It definitely looks like we're getting an interior this time. Okay, right. Wow, yeah, I mean, this one up here looks like a doorway leading to a bug nest. This one here looks like an office. It really does, and then it looks like it's looking out a window onto a giant bug's nest, or is that a painting on the wall? Quite like these bottom two as well. They're very moody, very atmospheric. Interesting. I think we're getting closer to the answer of this video. A dark forest on an alien planet has been eaten by trolls and features a hole. Okay, last one I think for landscapes, and then I want to try going back to the character prompts and changing the way we input the information. Okay, so this one I've done dark forest, alien planet, trolls, hole. I changed the aspect ratio on this one as well. So let's see what we get. Okay, so we have a few here. Let's take a closer look. They all look pretty alien to me. This one down here particularly is very, very pretty. I love the red in the bottom as well. Is it red water? Is it lava? Who knows? Is it blood? These figures here that look like trolls. Definitely some weird trees. The sky is beautiful. Love the colour palette in this one and this one up here. This red going to the very desaturated yellow and then to the blue at the top is absolutely gorgeous. I don't know what's happening with this one at the top. It looks like there's some hole open in the sky and there's an alien coming through. You know what? That's fine. So I said we would go back to the character challenge. I mean, there are incremental challenges on here. There's scribble challenges, there are colour challenges, but I think for this purpose, character and environment, definitely the way to go. Okay, so let's have a look. A referee that's very wrinkly who has little pixie wings. So, let's format this, hopefully in a way that MidJourney likes. Okay, so I think that's the important information. A referee, wrinkly, pixie wings, pixie wings. So a referee, wrinkly, pixie wings, and I've changed the aspect ratio on this one as well. Let's go. Okay, I can already see from this one that the referee part might be missing. The wrinkles, though, in whatever this figure is wearing, are gorgeous. I'm not sure what's happening on this one, but I really like it. This one up here, this looks like a mushroom forest with a kind of bug character in the middle, and then these kind of wing-like structures in the back. Down here, this one again, I mean, I can kind of see a leg here. It looks like someone's in a stance, face here, and this gorgeous kind of wrinkly cloak on the back that could also be wings, again in kind of clouds. This one down here though is absolutely stunning. This looks like like a person standing with disjointed wings floating behind them. But again, I think this is the thing with MidJourney this is my interpretation of the computer's interpretation of the prompt. So this is what I said last time about being a good kind of jumping off point. There's one more that I want to do, so I'm just going to randomly generate one now. Okay, a genius carries a blanket everywhere who has a magical sword. So what I want to do this time is I'm going to do the same as I've been doing. I'm going to change it a little bit, I think. I'm going to put a genius who carries a blanket everywhere as the first part of the prompt. I'm going to put in carrying a magic sword as a separate part. And then I'm going to put a style on this one as well. So I'm going to put it by a specific artist. Okay, so we have a genius carrying a blanket, magical sword. I'm going to see if it can do it as if it's done by Jazza. So we're taking Jazza's platform to create a prompt and then see if a computer can AI generate an image in the style of Jazza. I feel like this is art inception. My brain is slightly bending with this. But let's give it a try. Let's see how well it does this. I don't know whether Jazza is a recognised person by the computer, but we'll give it a try. And now as this one is generating, I realise that I spelled magical wrong, but I can also see pretty clearly from what's being generated so far, I don't think it recognises Jazza as a style, or at least that tag has never been made, so I don't think that's going to happen. But I will try this again, spelling magical correctly, and trying a different artist instead. Okay, let's see what it's done with this. So we've got someone carrying a blanket. This one down here is interesting. Okay, not quite what I was expecting. Let's try one last time. So we've got a genius carrying a blanket, magical sword, spelled correctly, and this time a very famous artist, Eugene Delacroix. Same aspect ratio. Let's see how it does with this. Okay, so this is very different from the last one, and wow, it seems to be, I mean, to my eyes at least, it's a much more kind of Eastern inspired piece of artwork. Maybe it's just the folds in the fabric, the style of sword that it appears to have. It kind of very bambooish, or maybe it's just a bamboo pole. But yeah, that is very, very interesting. Right, okay, I'm going to share with you some of my thoughts. I don't know about you guys, but I'm really having fun playing with this emergent art and just really messing around and seeing what comes of it. I think what I've proved today is that actually you don't need to even come up with your own ideas. This is just one example of a random prompt generator. There are many of them out there online as well. I know friends that use them for D&D, for generating ideas for props and monsters and characters and places and all that kind of stuff. So actually, do you even need to have an original idea to use MidJourney to create a piece of artwork that you can then adapt into something usable? I don't think you do. But I think you need to have the want to do it. There's no point just going and randomly typing in words and hoping you get something out and that you get something from it. As I said last time, I think what MidJourney does well is give you a really good starting off point. You could see through that process towards the end, I was looking at those images and you know, I expressed a little bit of my thoughts as I was going through, but actually a lot of those images, it's like fertilizer for the brain. You know, I suddenly the synapses are firing out, actually, if I took that bit and I took that bit and I smashed them together, I could do a composite of these two pieces and create something else. Or I really like the colour palette on this, but I don't like the subject. Or I really like the subject on this, but not the colour palette. And it, for me, it's just giving me so many ideas of things to create. I already said I really want to take a lot of the designs and take them into Procreate and paint over them, and I will happily do that. In fact, I will put out a post sometime later this week with a few select images, and you can vote on which one you would like me to overpaint and create something with in the next video, the next MidJourney video that we do. But yeah, is Jazza going to kill art along with MidJourney? No, I don't think so. But I do think tools like Arty Games are actually very useful if you then take that prompt and format it in a way that MidJourney likes. I don't think we're yet at a point where art can be automatically generated from the ether like that. There still needs to be an input somewhere, and there needs to be some human involvement. This was fun. This was really fun. I enjoyed this. I kind of just want to sit and play and do some more images, and I think I probably might. As always, I really hope you've enjoyed today's video, and until next time, goodbye.